2 people have been treated in hospital after a fire badly damaged a high-rise tower block with a similar style of combustible cladding used on Grenfell Tower. More than 120 firefighters spent 3 hours tackling the blaze at the new Providence Wharf estate in East London. Developers have insisted that the cladding played no part in causing or facilitating the fire, but residents told us that they believe more should have been done by the government and the developer to make their homes safer. Here's Simeon Brown.
This is the fear of every high-rise resident. This building has the same type of ACM combustible cladding as Grenfell, and those who call it home were forced to flee for their lives.
When I opened the door, the fire exit on the stairwell, basically the black plume of smoke was so great, it knocked me backwards. I didn't believe I could get out through that exit point.
Nadeem and Mira were only alerted by loved ones and neighbours.
At one point, I was not aware whether or not I could get out of this building. Even when we got to the bottom and exited the building, there was silence. There was no audible sound. There were no fire alarm systems that made it obvious that there was a fire in the building, which 4 years on from Grenfell is absolutely unacceptable. If this was 4 o'clock in the morning, then I wouldn't be talking to you right now.
Residents say this could have been much worse. The cladding here did not combust, and there is an investigation into the cause. The fire brigade were called just before 9 a.m. after a fire broke out on the 8th floor. This private estate in East London is one of 1,700 high-rise blocks in the UK, still with combustible cladding. For several years, residents here have fought the developer Ballymore to cover the cost. And although finally eligible for a government grant, leaseholders here have to pay the rest.
There are people who are not able to mortgage, they're not able to sell, and they're not able to move. We're trapped.
Surely the developers would pay for it? No, we've done our bit, and I'm sorry, it's down to you, Mr. Individual, whether you earn £1 million a year or you're unemployed. It's just logically not fair and not right.
Gianni says his service charge is £14,000 a year for a riverside luxury apartment that's been devalued because of the cladding. Ballymore say that the work to remove it is underway, that it did not facilitate the fire, that safety protocols are followed, and that after the government's enhanced fund, they acted swiftly. Ballymore are also making a financial contribution, but to residents, this event is symbolic of failure. The site of this charred building is a reminder that combustible cladding is still covering residential buildings up and down this country because the government and developers have dragged their feet.